What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 61 of Park to Prem here with Nottingham Forest. Today we are continuing on with the Club World Cup. If you missed yesterday's video for whatever reason, go check it out as always. A new stadium is on the horizon, and well, it could have been named after us, because we are now officially a legend. Now, of course, if you watched yesterday's video, you know it's not named after us. It's named after Brian Clough, which I will hold my hands up and admit, he might be a little bit of a bigger legend than me at Nottingham Forest, even in this Football Manager universe. But yeah, we're alongside Irk, and I feel like we're making a little bit of progress. You can see no other members of our team are part of the Icons category. Meanwhile, Adrian Smith, Gonzalez, and Piotra, they're chilling in the favoured personnel. I'd like to think a few of them might move onwards and upwards over the next few years. But yes, today we are going to be taking on Barcelona. It's the Club World Cup semi-final. There is also a third, fourth place playoff, as well as a final. So regardless of the result in this first game today, we will have another match coming. It's going to be a double header. And, well, I've joked about this feeling like the Spanish Cup at this point. Barcelona, Atletico, Real Madrid, the three other teams left in the semi-finals. Of course, this competition is being hosted in Spain. And while against Barcelona, we're taking them on at the Camp Nou. So they just get to play in their own ground against us, which, I mean, I'm not sure if we can have a little N for neutral in this instance next to the stadium name, because this is definitely not neutral. And I feel like we're the underdogs now. We are the plucky foreigners to the Spanish. We've come over. We are the last non-Spanish team standing. Let's try and humiliate them in their back garden. Since you were last here, we have been trying to get a little bit of transfer business done, including a bid for Danny Dyer. Yes, I have stuck an £89 million bid their way. I don't think they're going to accept it, but I'm kind of just hoping to try and unsettle him. Realistically, it's probably going to cost in the region of 150 million. Do I want to pay 150 million for a goalkeeper who could maybe be injury prone? I mean, to be fair, he's not had too many issues with injuries, but it does still just scare me a little bit. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Elsewhere, you can see here, Boyer might be on his way out to Bayern Munich. £99 million bid, £99 million I have accepted. Unfortunately, he's told me that he doesn't want to go to Bayern and that his desired club is Zebra. You know what? I can't blame him. Zebras, fantastic animals, but I'm hoping he's going to have a change of heart and want to go to Germany, but I'm not kind of getting too carried away and anticipating £99 million to hit the bank. Although if it did, it would significantly bolster our transfer budget to the point where I could probably sign any goalkeeper I want, which doesn't really sound like the worst scenario, does it? You can just see here, looking at the transfer history, Miguel Antonio has now left to go to Chelsea. He was granted a work permit. Obviously, we didn't make any money off him, really, because we had to pay Valencia some of the profit. He took a small amount of it. But ultimately, he was a player who was a bit of a nuisance in the dressing room. He's okay without being fantastic. I feel like we've not lost anything too massively, and I don't feel like we're immediately strengthening a rival with his departure. You can see, just looking at the squad here, a few players who were on loan last season I've recalled back, and I'm going to try and fit into the first team. The first of these is Tudor, who apparently is a world-class player who loves important matches and is super consistent. Now, whether or not he can displace Largo or Lind in the team, I suppose remains to be seen. I feel like Lind is still just a better deep-line playmaker, just a little bit better kind of mentals especially. I feel like his technicals as well for a playmaker slightly edge out Tudor, but I don't know. As an option on the bench, I think the midfielder could be really, really good for us. Elsewhere, Twardzik, who is currently out on loan at Saint Etienne this year, I've recalled. I feel like he could be a useful squad player this year. Obviously, with Miguel Antonio going, we may need another defensive midfielder in our ranks. I feel like Twardzik can be exactly that. It does leave us with an abundance of centre-backs, so there might be some moves going on here. Maybe Benavides, although I still kind of want to try and make Benavides a wing-back, and he is homegrown at club. Obviously, there's a few different options here. Huttinen, potentially another player that we could look to move on if the right offers come in. Of course, it is only June. It is only the end of June. The new season does not start for a month and a half. We are so early on in pre-season, and to an extent, I kind of detest the fact that the Club World Cup is scheduled when it's scheduled. It means that me and the players, we just don't really get a summer holiday this year, which, I mean, no one should be a fan of. But anyway, that's what's going on in terms of little squad movements. I feel like a goalkeeper is still just the the one spot in the team I really want to sort out. You can see, just looking at things today, we've got a little bit of a scenario going on with the team. Ronaldo Ramirez is injured. Unfortunately, he's out for the rest of the Club World Cup. That means that Gibbons is going to be our starting ball-winning midfielder. And to be fair, he's a pretty blooming good ball-winning midfielder, so definitely could be a worse scenario to be dealing with. But of course, fixture pile-up is a little bit real here. We were only playing a few days ago against PSG, and the final is not scheduled for in the massive distant future. Of course, whilst I could rotate the team for this, I want to win this competition. I feel like if the end of last season had gone a little better, I perhaps wouldn't care as much. But here today, I'm letting you all know I will be disappointed if we can't win this all, even if we are taking on a very, very good Barcelona team in their own ground, which, I don't know, when the organisers sorted this, I feel like we should have been playing at, I don't know, just not at the new camp, basically. Any other team in Spain, any other stadium in Spain, I'd be fine with. But the fact that Barcelona just get to play in their own ground just doesn't seem very fair. Of course, we played them here in the semi-final of the Champions League. We lost on that occasion 4-2. I'm hoping this isn't going to be a 4-2 result. I'm hoping that we can put in a slightly better performance today. We will have to see how we get on as this game plays out. But I don't know, a little nervous for this one. Whilst the competition isn't the be-all or end-all, it only comes around once every 4 years, and I don't think I've ever won the Club World Cup before. I feel like I didn't win it at Towlaw Town. So if we want to achieve something that I was never able to achieve in the previous Park to Prem, 2 wins today, and we will have done just that. You can see here, half an hour gone. We've had all the shots so far, albeit not many on target. Meanwhile, Barcelona, they've achieved absolutely nothing. And well, I'll tell you now, as we approach the end of the first half, quite glad this is a double header, because this game could be over very quickly. Largo whips it in, maybe one last chance to end the half. Ball lumped forward by Barcelona. Sampaio reads it and then gives it to Lind, who's going to pull the strings from deep. He gives it off to Poyana, who's bearing down this right-hand side, outside to Sampaio, who gives it to Largo. And Largo, he has this little spot on the pitch that he just seems to find space in. This little pocket. You'd think at one point a team would just realise, maybe we should just have a player stand in that spot. Navio's picked up a knock. He wants to come off. We'll bring in Silva. Silva can play left-back. That's fine. Nice build-up play here, though. Sampaio on the overlap, laid it inside to Largo. Could have easily just gone for the cross, but played a safer pass. Largo positioning was superb. And we look blooming good here. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have complained about the opposition we were drawn against. Barcelona have done nothing. You can also see here their squad fitness is struggling. Ours isn't that great by comparison either, to be fair. It's a pretty intense schedule, the Club World Cup. Everyone is struggling a little bit. But you can see here, Silva slotting in at left-back for us. A few bookings in the midfield. Scares me ever so slightly. Maybe should look to make some changes. But we'll let this highlight play out first. We're coming up to the hour mark. A goal here for Barcelona gives them a chance, you'd feel like, here, as they knock the ball around deep in their own half. Got to be wary about giving away the ball just like that. Poyana now to spring the counter, perhaps. Players queuing up in the middle. One is Erk. The cross is dealt with, but only as far as Piotr, who could go back to, Poyana, and he does. Poyana to Piotr. They're having their own little game here. Piotr again, the centre-back, he's just turned into a quarterback, everyone. Lovely build-up play. Gonzalez tucks it away. What a lovely goal that was. Erk with the assist. Since I rejected the £220 million bid from Chelsea, they've not come back. Not that I'm entirely surprised. But yeah, Erk doing some really, really nice play there. This ball's superb. Gonzalez times his run to perfection, keeps in line with the left-back who was playing him on. And, let's make some subs. Poyana, he's the most tired of all the players. Adrian Smith, come on down. Elsewhere, Largo on a booking concerns me. You know what, Largo? Off you come for Van Dijk. I don't know how many subs we have here. We have 3. I've used them all. That's fine. Highlight here for Barcelona. Romero down the left-hand side. Hoping we're not going to regret taking off the likes of Largo, but with him on a booking, I feel like we need to be just a little bit careful. I say that. Our ball-winning midfielder is also on a booking, but you know what? I like to live life a little bit dangerously, folks. I like to take some risks. I've got faith in you, Gibbons. Don't be an idiot. Another goal here, and you'd say this is done as Erk whips in. Piccione heads it against the crossbar, and it goes over. So close yet so far, but what? With 10 minutes left? They've done nothing. This has been dominant. I wish we could have done this last time we played Barcelona in Spain. On that occasion, it finished 4-2. I thought there was going to be more of a fight here. 3 minutes of added time. Even if they get a goal back, I'll remain relatively calm, kind of relaxed. I feel like we're doing well. I kind of want to stay on the front foot here. I feel like there's a third goal. Can you count to 3? Can he count to 3? Where is he going? Inside, he hits it. He can't count to 3. That's just time waste. I've hit cancel there. I've missed. Right, try again. Okay, don't hit the cancel. Okay, well done, Jack. Clicking's hard, everyone. Clicking is hard. Look at that performance, though. 2-0, dominance. Now the big question is, who are we going to take on in the final? Is it going to be Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid? I feel like the Spanish clubs must be sick of playing us at this point. Navio's only out for a couple of days, which is very fortuitous for us. Who are we going to be taking on? Our bid for Dyer has been rejected. I can't go more than that at the moment. Apparently, he can only go when a sufficient bid is made, given the estimated cost is 140 to 190 million pounds. I don't know if we'll ever be making the sufficient bid that Wolverhampton Wanderers are talking about. The board are delighted. Excellent. And we're going to take on Atletico Madrid in the final on the 3rd, which is in a few days' time. Just one other thing to mention, I suppose, before we hop forward to that game. I've signed a new contract, everyone. We signed it earlier on this week. It's a 5-year deal on £180,000 a week, which makes us the 3rd highest earner at the club, which I don't know how the players are going to feel about. I feel like I've earned my wage, though, with what we've achieved here. And, it's lots of job security. I don't think we'll be getting sacked anytime in the near future. Anyway, we've got 4 days to go away and rest up. Some of the players are looking tired. Gibbons is suspended. I'm going to have a headache at ball-winning midfielder. I'm going to go sort that out. And I will join you guys in just a second for the Club World Cup Final. Okay, guys, game number 2 here, the Club World Cup Final. This is not a stage you get to all that often. We've knocked out PSG. We've knocked out Barcelona. We've looked pretty good so far, I feel like, in this competition. You can see here the squad is fully rested and raring to go. Of course, Gibbons has been suspended, so we only really have one option to bring in here. It's going to be Matty playing ball-winning midfielder. I feel like this man can just play everywhere. Can he do a job as a ball-winning midfielder? Kind of. He'll be fine. Like, he enjoys big matches, so hopefully he can have a good game in the final. Of course, we are allowed as many players on the bench as we want, so every single man who was registered is available. In the week since we last here, I've rejected a £165 million bid for Lind, and I know people are going to roll their eyes at that. I know people weren't happy about me not selling Erk yesterday, but simply put, when you have players who are influential in the dressing room, who are, the leaders essentially, I don't want to sell them. Not really at any cost, because I can't buy players who are going to replace what they do in the dressing room, the personalities that they bring, and the influence that they have on the squad. For a player like Erk, £220 million, I would struggle to find a player as good as him who's actually willing to join us for £220 million. Make no mistake, he is one of the best wingers in the game. He can play on the left and right side, and he has a proven track record at the club combined with that influence. It's not something that money can buy. And whilst with Lind, I suppose there's a little bit more of a reason to think, maybe, if he went out, then Tudor could come in and play deep line playmaker. Ultimately, Lind is a player who's homegrown at club. He's English. We don't have enough English players in our squad, really. I feel like he's massively done dirty by the average ratings that deep line playmakers just get this year in the match engine. And he's just a top quality player who at 22, with plenty of time left on his current deal, I don't need to sell. It's not like I suddenly need to raise a load of money because otherwise we're going to go bust. We've just won a Premier League. And whilst I'm always in the game, I suppose, to upgrade the team and improve the team, I don't want that to come at a cost of the most influential players in the dressing room leaving. I'm more than content to let the likes of Boyer leave, the likes of Antonio leave, because they don't offer much more beyond what they do on the pitch. But for players like Erk and Lind, I can't buy what we lose if they leave. And for that reason, it just makes no sense to sell them, in my opinion. But anyway, we've got Atletico Madrid here. Worth noting, Real Madrid did win the 3rd, 4th place playoff in the Club World Cup on penalties after it finished 0-0. And, I believe we're at the new camp again here, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed, we are. So, familiar territory. This time we're taking on Atleti. We're listed down first on the team kind of listings here. So, I guess we get the home dressing room. Maybe. How does that work? Do they flip a coin for it? I feel like in the FA Cup, they flip a coin for who gets the home and away dressing room at Wembley. Either way, completely irrelevant. Not sure why we've gone on that tangent. Let's win this, shall we? Let's start season number 14 way better than last season ended. I mean, I feel like we've already achieved that in some weird way, but I want a win here. Of course, Atleti, a team that we butted heads with last year in the Champions League, and we did beat in the end in the Champions League. I'm hoping for more of the same here today. They do have the first real chance of the game from the corner, but we get it away to Poyana. There's options in the middle. There are options in the middle. Can we pick one out? Gonzalez is there. He headers it straight into the hands of Bomber. It's a good opportunity. Wasn't the best of finishes. Maybe there's more to this highlight. Gonzalez, great chest down. There was more to the highlight, everyone. It involved Gonzalez not hitting the target again. Couple of good opportunities for us. That second was definitely the best chance. Of course, they've got Mefta up front for them. Little bit scary is Mefta. But I'll tell you who else is scary. Sampaio and his throw-ins to Poyana. Was he fouled? He was not. Ball cleared away. Piotr should get there. He goes all the way back to the keeper. Toby, if we do sign a replacement keeper, this might be one of your last times the fans get to see you as our number one. Have a good game today, please, mate. Wide to Navio now. Little bit of space for the left back. He skips past his man superbly. He dinks it towards Poyana. Cleared away to Matti, who's got big boots to fill. Both other defensive midfielders are currently out. Largo's injury scares me as little as hits it against the woodwork. I'm not going to risk Largo here. I don't think I could afford to. I'm going to take him off and bring in Van Dijk. As much as I want to just play Largo, I'm not compromising the start of our season by playing our injured star man in the Club World Cup final. Whilst, you know, it is World Cup final in the title. It's not do or die. I don't want to compromise the rest of our season. I feel like we need to play safe here. And who knows, maybe Van Dijk can have a super good performance for us. Bringing the ball forward, all on his lonesome, down this left-hand side, skips past one, hits it goalwards, Bomber. Nice save by the keeper there. 40 minutes gone. We've been the better team in this game. They've had one kind of slight highlight, I suppose, in their favour, but it has been one-way traffic with everything bar the scoreline. One shot on target for them, 6 for us. I'm far from pleased, lads. Nothing more needs to be said. Just tell them you're not happy, storm out the dressing room. That is the correct managerial approach, I feel like, in this scenario here. Coming up to an hour gone. Could look to make a few more changes. Van Dijk has picked up a booking and deserves his yellow card. That scares me slightly. I'm going to bring in Ionu, I think, for Poyana. Erk's not having the best of games, although I could take off Gonzalez and bring in Ionu. Ionu is very, very good now, everyone. He's improved a lot. He's blossomed. You know what? I'm sorry, Gonzalez. You're coming off. We're going to bring in the pacey English striker up top. Erk with a corner here. Whips it goalwards. Piotr heads just over the bar. Really nice ball into the box by Erk there. Unfortunately, the header goes over. 20 minutes left. A shouter demand more needed. I don't really want to change much here. This is one of those games where I feel like we're playing pretty well. And I feel like if we just play our game, we should, hopefully, maybe score. I mean, they don't look like scoring, so I don't want to change anything for that reason. But we're going to go to extra time. Do we get an extra sub in extra time? I'm gonna test it by subbing two players. Okay, I do. Interesting. I'm now thinking about Hamada's penalty taking, everyone. I really don't want this to go to penalties. Erk stepped up his game, actually, since we made some changes. I'm really scared about Van Dijk's yellow card. Would it be mad to sub the sub? I'm going to do it. I'm going to sub the sub. Adrian Smith, come on down. Van Dijk's let us down. Let's bring in the hometown hero. Maybe he can have the desired impact as Erk whips in the cross and Piccione heads it. It's somehow clawed off the line by Bomber in goal for them. How good is Bomber? He's not bad. He's having the game of the tournament, a game of his life even, maybe. 20 minutes left in this game. I kind of want to go attacking. I don't want this to go to penalties. 15 minutes left. One more shout of demand more. Can somebody do something? Can anything? Anything? Right, pause the game. I think Hamada is my best penalty taker, but I do feel like I should probably just actually check. Attributes, technical, Penalty taking. I mean, I've taken off Largo, who apparently is one of our better penalty takers, but I don't believe it. All right, I'm going to bring in Hamada. And I'm going to bring him in for Matty. Matty's going to go off. No, that's... We've buggered this up here. Right, get the tactics thing out. I'm a visual learner. We need the visuals. Right, Hamada in for Matty. Hamada going to play as Mazzala for the last minute. And we go to the shootout. Right, Hamada, you will be taking... I mean, look, he literally is one of our best penalty takers. How saddening is that? All right, so Navio and also Ionu, they've got the composure, which I feel like is going to be needed here. We're then going to have Hamada take number 5, Urk take number 6. And then I think we go Smith. And if it goes beyond 7, well, Lord help me. Don't regret the moment. I mean, pile the pressure on the lads. Let's have a better ending to this year, or better start to this year with penalties than last year ended. Poyana to take. Good penalty by the Romanian. Now Mefta for them. We've bigged him up. Toby, you might be playing for your job here, son. And he's gone the right way and not stopped it. Thinking about it, I could have put Hamada in goal for the shootout as well as had him take them, but I just trust Toby more. Linda's missed his fair share of penalties. He's not missed here. If we win this on the shootout, I'm going to be sat thinking, why couldn't we play this well with penalties last season? Dalton up for them. He hits it. Everyone's just going into the bottom left corner at the moment. It's 2-2, and now it's on Navio. Number 3, he's chilling. On his left foot. Can he score? No. I just hate penalties, everyone. Can we just can we have it be like Quidditch, where the game only ends with a goal? Get rid of penalties. Just have golden goal forever. They've missed 2. What is happening here? Ionu. I mean, English players don't traditionally score penalties. It's in our genetics. Can he prove me wrong? He can. He tucks it away. Pressure on Atleti. Malon to take. I remember him scoring against us in the Champions League from open play. Can he score here from the spot? He can't. Toby saves it. And now all eyes are on the goalkeeper, Hamada, who should be wearing an outfield kit. Where are you, Hamada? There he is. The Syrian goalkeeper. He's a good penalty taker. Who's wearing the number 14? Can he channel? Is in a Thierry Henry. A goal here and we win. We've won a shootout. We've won a bloody shootout, everyone. Do not scratch your eyes. Hamada is the secret weapon on off the bench. I think I'm happy. Yeah, well, I should be happy. We've won the Club World Cup. That's bigger than the Champions League, right? Right? Maybe? I'm going to claim it is. Look at that. Look at that. Piotr, hoist it aloft, mate. I'm not sure about the choice of grey confetti. It's a bit depressing, isn't it? It's a bit depressing. Look, we've won on penalties. It wasn't pretty, but maybe that's a sign of things to come this year. Maybe we're going to be penalty-taking beasts from now on. Shout out to Hamada. The Club World Cup is won. I've got a Steam achievement for it as well, everyone. That's exciting. Oh, my word. Right, we've got some players with contracts renewing. We hoist the Club World Cup aloft. Largo's out for a day. Probably could have chanced him, but I didn't know that at the time. We get 4 million for doing that. Southgate's been spotted at the Camp Nou. He's Portugal manager in this universe. Not sure what to make of that. The fans praise me. I mean, look at that. Look at that illustrious list of team names. Better than the Champions League, IMO. Who am I kidding? Right, in terms of when we'll be back, I think there may be an episode tomorrow, but they may not be. I've got a lot of pre-season to get through, and there's plenty more transfers. There's another one that I didn't mention earlier, which might be happening. Amlo to West Brom for 45 million. He's missed a massive chunk of football at the end of the year with 2 months out, which has hindered my ability to get any money for him, but he wants to leave. If we can get 40 million for him, and if Boyer was to leave too, there's £200 million in the bank to go and sign someone big. Maybe a goalkeeper, maybe Danny Dyer. I do not know. I still do. I feel like goalkeeper is what we need. We looked at them yesterday. I think Dyer could be the one. I think he is the obvious target. I mean, 100% recommendation from the scouts. That's how much they rate. And they've given him a bloody 100 out of 100, everyone. Right, well, I know what my mission is between now and the start of the league season. In terms of when we'll be back, I don't know if we'll come back for the Community Shield. Would you like me to come back for the Community Shield? If you've got to the end of the video, just let me know in the comments. That's the reward you get for sticking with us to the end. Do you want to see Community Shield? We play Chelsea twice to start the year. Answers on a postcard, I suppose. Anyway, gang, that's going to wrap up everything from me today. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If there is an episode tomorrow, well, come watch it. If there isn't one tomorrow, I'm sorry, I didn't get through pre-season quick enough. And well, regardless of when I see you next, I hope to see you then. I'm going to leave now. Eric's not for sale. Lynn's not for sale. Amlo, get out, son. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.